Nobody expected Sam Heughan to casually ignite the entire internet with one single sentence. The moment began innocently enough. Just another interview. Just another round of routine questions about work, travel, and life. But when the interviewer leaned forward and asked Sam how he felt about love these days, something in his face changed. His eyes softened, a smile tugged at his lips, and for a second, he looked almost shy. Then he said it, calmly, warmly, unmistakably. Love feels absolutely amazing. The interviewer blinked, taken aback. Sam usually avoided direct comments about his love life, dodging questions with humor or gentle misdirection. Yet this time, he didn't dodge. He let the words hang in the air, unbothered, almost proud. Fans watching the livestream lost their minds instantly. Comments flooded the screen so fast the chat became unreadable, filled with heart emojis, screams, and stunned reactions. People replayed the clip within seconds, making sure they hadn't imagined the glow on Sam's face when he spoke. Sam didn't seem embarrassed by the chaos he created. Instead, he laughed softly, running a hand through his hair as though he couldn't hide the joy radiating from him. When the interviewer pressed him, half joking, half serious, asking whether he was speaking from recent experience, Sam simply shrugged. Maybe, he said with that charming grin. When love is right, you feel it everywhere. That sentence alone launched 1,000 TikTok edits. Within minutes, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Reddit exploded. Hashtag Sam Heughan in love. Hashtag love feels amazing. Hashtag internet melts. All shot into trending lists simultaneously. Fans dissected every frame of the clip. Did his eyes sparkle differently? Was his smile deeper than usual? Was he thinking of someone in particular? And why, after years of being notoriously private, would he suddenly let himself sound so openly in love? As the internet spiraled into euphoric chaos, some fans pointed out something even more intriguing. Sam wasn't just happy, he looked relieved. Like someone who had been holding in a beautiful secret for too long and had finally let it slip. His shoulders looked lighter, his smile brighter, his entire demeanor softer. People began posting side-by-side comparisons of past interviews, highlighting subtle moments when Sam seemed distracted or lost in thought. Now, those clips took on new meaning. Was he thinking about love then too? Meanwhile, entertainment outlets pounced on the story instantly. Sam Heughan finally confirms he's in love? Who is the mystery person behind Sam's glow? Outlander star shocks fans with romantic confession. Podcasters, radio hosts, and gossip channels began speculating wildly. Some assumed Sam was teasing fans. Others believed he was preparing to reveal a relationship soon. But the majority agreed on one point. Sam looked genuinely, deeply happy. Of course, the fandom began connecting dots faster than the internet could keep up. They pulled up old behind-the-scenes clips where Sam talked softly to someone off-screen. They revisited interviews in which he praised a certain person as inspiring, grounding, and impossible not to adore. And inevitably, one name dominated every single thread: Katrina Balfe. It didn't help that Sam's face lit up every time Katrina's name appeared in any conversation over the past decade. Fans used slow motion to highlight how his eyes softened whenever he glanced at her. They replayed scenes where their chemistry seemed to slip beyond scripted emotion. They resurfaced panels where Sam looked at her like she was the only person in the room. And now, with this new confession, everything felt connected. But what truly sent the internet into meltdown was an insider leak claiming Sam had said the exact same sentence, "Love feels amazing," to someone privately before the interview. The source didn't name who it was, but the fandom didn't need a name. They filled in the blank instantly. The timing, the glow on Sam's face, the softness in his voice, everything pointed toward a single possibility. Some fans celebrated with joy, convinced this marked the start of a new chapter. Others panicked, wondering how this confession might stir drama in Katrina's personal life. But no matter the reaction, everyone agreed that Sam seemed happier than he had in years. His face radiated peace, warmth, and a sense of emotional clarity he rarely showed so openly. As the interview ended, Sam offered one final hint. When the host asked if he wanted to reveal more about this amazing love he mentioned, Sam chuckled and said, "Some things are better felt than explained." Then he winked. The clip ended there, but the internet had no chance of recovering. By the end of the night, fans were united in one overwhelming emotion. Pure, heart-melting curiosity. Because if Sam Heughan was truly in love, then who exactly had made him feel absolutely amazing? While the internet spiraled into chaos, Sam Heughan himself seemed noticeably calmer, almost as if releasing that one sentence had lifted a weight he'd been carrying for far too long. But what fans didn't know was that Sam hadn't intended to make the confession publicly that day. The truth slipped out because of something, or someone, who had been on his mind since early that morning. And according to a source close to Sam, he had shared the exact same line privately just hours before the interview began. That revelation alone sent shockwaves through the fandom. People demanded to know who the lucky recipient was. But insiders stayed cryptic, describing the moment only as sweet, quiet, and deeply meaningful to Sam. Still, they gave one crucial hint. The person was someone who had known him for years, someone who understood the highs and lows of his life better than anyone else. And just like that, the internet narrowed its guesses to a single, inevitable name. Katrina Balfe. According to The Insider, Sam and Katrina had been speaking earlier that morning. The call wasn't planned. Sam had reached out spontaneously, sounding unusually emotional but peaceful. As they talked, the conversation drifted toward life, gratitude, and the people who shaped who they had become. At one point, Katrina teased him about how sentimental he sounded. And that was when Sam gently responded, almost laughing, "Love feels absolutely amazing, doesn't it?" The Insider described the silence that followed as electric. Katrina didn't answer immediately. She reportedly let out a soft laugh, one filled with both warmth and something deeper, something tender. When she finally replied, her voice was quiet. "Well, when it's real, it does." That short exchange hung between them for several seconds, carrying a weight neither fully unpacked. But the meaning was unmistakable. When fans learned about the private conversation, the internet erupted. People studied old interviews with renewed intensity. They reviewed red carpet moments, looking for the spark they had always suspected. They rewatched emotional scenes from Outlander and wondered how much of that tenderness came from acting, and how much came from their real bond. The lines between fiction and reality blurred more than ever. Meanwhile, Katrina's reaction to the public confession ignited even more speculation. During her own event that same afternoon, a reporter mentioned Sam's quote. Katrina froze for a split second, just long enough for cameras to catch the slight widening of her eyes, the tiny smile tugging at her lips, the faint blush rising on her cheeks. She tucked a piece of hair behind her ear and answered softly. "If Sam is feeling that, then I'm genuinely happy for him." Her voice cracked slightly at the end. Fans did not miss that crack. Social media exploded again with theories, edits, and emotional breakdowns. People wrote entire threads analyzing Katrina's micro-expressions, her tone, her choice of words. Some insisted she was trying not to reveal too much. Others argued she was protecting Sam's privacy. But the majority believed she knew exactly what he meant, and that his happiness was tied directly to her. As the story gained momentum, entertainment outlets began speculating whether Sam's confession might foreshadow a major personal announcement. Had he secretly started a relationship? Was he finally ready to open up after years of deflecting love questions? One journalist even claimed that Sam had recently been radiating the kind of energy people have when they're in the early stages of deep love. The craziest part? Fans agreed. But the most explosive moment came later that evening. Sam posted a subtle Instagram story, nothing more than a photo of a sunset in warm gold tones. Across the image, he wrote, "For the one who inspires my heart." He added a red heart emoji. No names, no clarification, Nothing. The internet combusted in seconds. Within minutes, thousands tagged Katrina in reposts. Others begged Sam to reveal who he meant. Even celebrities began commenting, but neither Sam nor Katrina said another word. The silence only added to the intensity, leaving fans suspended between joy, confusion, hope, and disbelief. One insider added one final twist. Sam's confession wasn't impulsive. It was intentional. He's tired of hiding how he feels, the source said. This was Sam's way of finally expressing something he's held inside for years. That single statement reframed everything. The glow in Sam's eyes. The softness in his voice. The peace in his smile. As the night ended, the world wasn't just melting, it was trembling with anticipation. Everyone wanted to know whether Sam's amazing feeling of love was just a poetic moment, or the beginning of something the fandom had quietly dreamed of for years. And whether the person on the other end of that private morning conversation, the one who laughed softly, who answered him with gentle truth, felt the exact same thing.